What's up, YouTube family? How you doing? This is Kofi Baraka, and right now you're on episode 25 of Kofi Baraka's World. And this episode is entitled Protect Your Genetics. Alright, so guys, congratulations, we're here. Episode 25. Yes. Alright. So of course we're gonna start with a prayer. So I want you to close those eyes and open up those ears. God, thank you for episode 25. Thank you for keeping us afloat. Thank you for keeping us consistent. And thank you for just really guiding and watching over us. We praise you, we honor you, and we glorify you. Amen Ra, Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. All right, God's first. Thank you, God. And let me see something real quick. All right, that's a little better. All right. So today we're talking about protecting your genetics. All right. So my first point is to not go to blood donation centers because you might not know what's in store. So I've been seeing a lot of people of African descent with like little band-aid like on their elbow / tricep / bicep, and they're going to these blood donation centers, and you get like 45, 50 bucks, 60 bucks, and they don't even trust you with the money because you're a nigga. So it's like now they want to give you gift cards and Visa gift cards for 50 bucks and stuff, and then you got to spend it on something if you want to get the rest of the cash, or etc., etc. So that pertains in terms of not going to the blood donation centers: CSL Plasma, American Red Cross, any state biological services. Like when you see something like, let's say Maryland Biological Services, New Jersey Biological Services, Pennsylvania Biological Services, New York Biological Services, I don't know, Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina Biological Services. That's a no-no. Basically, it's just a blood center. A lot of times they're not even professional. You shouldn't go there anyway, but they're still not professional. You also got BioLife, that's everywhere. And of course you got the organization, the online organization, givingplasma.org. So to all 5 of those places or institutions, no, out of order. So our point 2 would be the reason for plasma centers and black communities. So why do we have these plasma centers? My point is, we have these plasma centers in our neighborhoods and these blood donation banks is to take our genetics, to take our nutrients. You know, the blood helps with digestive systems. Your digestive system. It helps with the respiratory system in terms of you breathing. It helps with your heart, pumping new blood into your heart, and so it can go through the rest of your body. Your plasma, your blood. That's the gift of life, basically. And the thing about plasmas is, it's the essential starting material needed to manufacture therapies that help thousands of people worldwide with rare chronic diseases to live healthier, fulfilling, productive lives. Black people, we don't need no blood donations. We are the blood donation. They gotta take our blood to help the rest of the world, but then have us live in a secondary citizenship in terms of the ghettos and rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, crime, drugs, criminality, prostitution, alcoholism, psychological warfare, mental warfare, definitely spiritual warfare. So you're gonna put us under 20 umbrellas, but then you complaining that we don't want to get rain on? The fuck out my face, man. All right. And of course, this hurts the blacks physically and simultaneously helps whites in this war of white supremacy. So while they're taking our nutrients, who you think the plasma's going to? Who you think the blood's going to? And like I said before, this is the third point. So you got different donations. You got the whole blood donation, most popular, very flexible. Usually people that's going under surgery or trauma. Usually use this method or utilize the blood. Alright. So then you got the plasma donations. And plasma is collected through an automatic process that separates plasma from other blood components, then safely and comfortably returns your red blood cells. All right. It helps patients stop bleeding. It also helps pain receptors charge up to 70% renewal. So that means if a person is bleeding uncontrollably, they need some black blood to stop that bitch. Also, this means too, if a person has the pain receptors and is making their pain receptors 70% renewal, that's almost a brand new receptor with our blood that they're only giving you $50 for. $50, you can't buy Jordans. Shit, you could barely get gas for $50. So they're paying you $50 maybe to take your plasma, which protects your body, which helps your body, which is called the gift of life, and they're only giving you $50. And of course, we gotta go through the history. Being a historian, we're gonna talk about Charles Drew today. So Charles Drew was a black doctor, medical researcher, and surgeon. He was born 1904 and he passed away 1950. He was born in Washington, D.C. Interesting fact, his nephew was one of the few black astronauts that went into, of course, our galaxy, and not that made up shit in Hollywood from 68, you know what I mean, starring Neil Armstrong, Buzz, and that other nigga. No. This guy actually went to space, and this is his uncle was Charles Drew, and I think I might be off, but I think his name was like Gregory Frederick or Frederick Gregory. I always get it mixed up because it's like two first names. But he was also a high yellow brother too, and he did his thing. All right, so because of Charles Drew, this black man, and we talked about past in the last episode. This brother could have passed if he wanted to. That's how light he was. He was like Walter White from the NAACP. He was that light. I don't want to say white, but he was that light skinned. And he didn't pass. He's like, fuck it, I'm a nigga. I'm black. I'm American, Aborigine. I'm of African descent. Respect me. All right. So his research in blood transfusion developed improved techniques for blood storage during World War II, eventually building large blood banks in the 50s, 60s, and concurrently in the 70s to present day. And the ironic thing about Charles Drew, he got in a car accident like 1950, and it was him and 3 other passengers. I think they were all doctors or in the medical field. I think they were down south, and he got in a crazy car accident. He fell asleep behind the wheel and hit some ice. You know, it's a bunch of stories. And basically, the brake hit his foot, cut his foot severely, his ankle severely, and he was bleeding in a couple of places like crazy. And they took him to the nearest hospital, and the hospital was a European white hospital. And they didn't give him service. Now, they want to say that they didn't say that they didn't have enough nigger beds or Negro beds, whatever, color beds. But if they did or didn't, this is the guy that invented like the Kmart for blood donations, like the biggest professional, cleanest, most sufficient, you know what I mean, institution for donating blood and storing blood. This is the guy that was like the A1. He was like Alvin the Chipmunks. And they did him dirty. They told him that they didn't have no more Negro beds and he had to go to a black hospital. And I think the black hospital, I might be off by the duration of time. I think it was like an hour driving, an hour and a half driving. And journalists, authors, even the person that did his autobiography, they stated that if he would have got service at that hospital, some people said that he would have survived, some people said he wouldn't survive. I believe he would have survived. But of course he died, ironically, from not getting the proper service of a field that he was the LeBron James of. Like, he killed it. He was like Serena Williams. He killed that blood field as a medical researcher, as a doctor, etc., etc. But now I give it to you, Charles Drew. And this is my solution. Stop attending these plasma centers. Protest for niggas that work there. Also protest for people that's going in there. Just say no for the admission. And also, no donations, no more. Save your blood. This is vital nutrients. Also, you need this blood for the race war, wherever you want to call this thing we're in, or the war of white supremacy. Also, ultimately, if they're taking our blood, they're breaking down our nutrients and adding to theirs. And that's a no-no, because this is a warfare. And guys, I'm proud to say this is the end of episode 25. This is a whole season. We did it. And like I always say, you can download my videos, share my videos, click the bell so you can get notified for any other new material, any other new videos that pop up. Also, you can like the videos and subscribe to the channel. And as always, peace and nutrients. Ashe, ashe, and ashe. And like I always say, we're number one. Our God is number one. And the journey is not done. Get ready for season 2. It's going to get even crazier. More information. More me. But nah. Thank you guys for this first season. Thank you for all the support. If you haven't watched the episodes, watch all the other 24 episodes. I guarantee you it's really good. Nice and juicy. And I'll see you real soon. Thanks again for the support. This has been a lifelong dream for me. Thank you for just watching and tuning in. I hope I help some people. And naturally, I hope I help our people ultimately. So this is why I do this. I love you guys. Be safe. Keep your third eye open. Peace.